Memorable moments at your wedding are super important. That's why when it comes to capturing those moments, you have to do a lot of research on who you choose for that. Do they have your wants and needs in mind? Do they capture the style and aesthetic that you specifically want and ask for? Well, if you haven't found them yet, I think I have two options that just might do it for you. So let's talk about them. Hello, I'm Melanie Sue, and welcome to the fourth video of this mini wedding series. Yes, you heard that right. Fourth video. Today I'm pretty excited to be sharing about this because it is one that I definitely hold near and dear to my heart, especially because it has a lot to do with my career. It's everything that I love about creating, and it is just so exciting. If you didn't catch the hint from that, today we're gonna be discussing the videography and photography aspect of my wedding. This one was really hard to pick from just because I've seen so many awesome creators, but at the end of the day, I narrowed it down, and these two, they definitely did an amazing job with it. Both creators that I'm about to talk about right now have YouTube channels, so go check their stuff out if you need reference on any of their work or you just want to follow them along to see what they do. So without further ado, let's get into it. We're gonna be talking about my photographer first because they definitely have quite an interesting story in how I actually found them. My photographer's name was Riley Lewis Photography. I don't know if anybody else does this, but before I even knew I was getting married, before I even got engaged, to be quite honest with you, I did a lot of research on photographers. I've seen so many amazing photographers out there. A lot of them traveled, which if I saw traveling, I knew that there was going to be a little bit more of a price tag behind it. And it's not that I wasn't willing to pay for this creative work, because obviously if I'm in love with it, if my husband loved them, they were worth it. It's just, you had to choose wisely when it came to who you picked. Be smart about it. As I mentioned in the first video of my wedding series, if you haven't already seen it, I'm gonna put it right up here. I discussed a little bit on how you have to be a little bit smart on who you choose, especially because a lot of these people who have to travel to your venue do charge mileage, and photography and videography are definitely no different. So how did I find my photographer? Well, let me tell you, a couple years ago, I ended up cutting my hair into a pixie cut. If you've followed me for a long time, you've seen my pictures, you've seen my videos. I've had pixie cut before. Short hair just sometimes is the way to go. And I let my hair grow out. And in the midst of letting my hair grow out, I ended up doing some research on whether I wanted to cut it again. So of course, where do you go when you want to look for some stuff? We go online, we type it all up, we search, and that's exactly what I did. So I went on YouTube, I searched it up, pixie hairstyles, and my photographer came up. However, I didn't know they were a photographer until much later on. I watched their videos. I really loved the vlogs they put. I was really inspired by their creativity and just the energy that they kind of spewed off. So I was like, of course I'm gonna subscribe to their channel. And I ended up subscribing to the channel. I dived deep into their social media. I ended up finding that they had an Instagram. Now, this is where things churn. When I scrolled through their Instagram, I noticed that they were a photographer, specifically wedding at the time. I noticed that they were located in PA. I lost it. When I saw that, I was like, oh my God, what are the coincidences that this person is absolutely adorable. They have a beautiful aesthetic when it came to their photography, and they were wedding photographers located in Pennsylvania. Like, it couldn't have been any more of a sign for me. So I knew the moment I realized that they were a photographer, instantly, they were the ones that were gonna be for my wedding. Again, I'm looking at this and saying that they're my photographer literally, I think, 2 to 3 years before I actually get engaged. So I already knew 2 to 3 years before my engagement that I was gonna have them as a photographer. And lo and behold, in 2021, when I got engaged, they were the first ones to come to mind. I immediately told my husband that I knew the perfect photographer. I didn't want anyone else. I wanted simply them. And he checked out their page, loved their aesthetic, and he thought they would be a perfect fit. So I immediately jumped on Instagram, wrote them a message and said, hey, how can we set something up to discuss potentially you being my photographer? What do I gotta do? And from there, we began discussing steps to move forward with them being my photographer. I was so excited, like just having them. It almost felt like I got starstruck because this was someone that I saw on YouTube. I don't know, I was just so excited. Thankfully, we got there with enough time that I was able to book them on that day, and I was beyond thrilled. I can't remember 100% the price because with there being a travel fee, they had to travel from Erie, Pennsylvania all the way to Glen, Pennsylvania, which was quite a trip for them. So mileage definitely added it up. So I can't really say how much it was, but it was maybe close to 25 to 3 grand, I think. think, somewhere around there, for everything total. And that was also including our engagement sessions, which was actually free, I believe, when booking. For the day of the wedding, we got 8 hours photo session. We got a leather bound photo album with 15 of our favorite pictures. And there was something else, and I just can't remember. My mind with this stuff is like really bad, and I should have probably wrote it all down. But this is definitely something that will change depending the person, again, as well as distance. I do think she is moving out of Pennsylvania from what I last recall. I don't know exactly where, so travel fees might go up if you're looking to book them for your wedding. So I'm sorry about that. I was so excited to meet them. They were just so positive and so exciting. They made it feel so comfortable. I felt like I knew them forever. I'm also really thankful and honored that we were able to be their first travel clients. So they never had anyone outside of their location. It was the first time they got to travel. And I was, you know what? I'm happy I could have been that first one because you were worth every penny. If you guys are looking for a photographer for your wedding or just looking for some spicy pictures, I definitely highly suggest you go follow them. All of the information of these people are going to be down in the description box as per usual, but I thought I would, just say it again. Next on the list is one that I thought I'd actually have more trouble with because not to say that I'm picky, but I'm picky. And that's my videographer. This one really, really, really felt like it was gonna be difficult for me. I had to actually do a little bit of research before I found the one that I really wanted to go with. And to be fair and honest, I actually had one in mind that I really wanted to go with. They just really sat with me. I loved their content. Everything just was beautiful. But when I went to book them, they were actually all booked out. And I was devastated. Like, I legit wanted to cry when I found out that they were booked. It was just so heart-wrenching, so sad. It was the worst. They'd suggested 3 other videographers, but the one that really stood out to me the most that I felt emulated what I really wanted was Miss and Moss. Let me just tell you right now, this is a husband and wife business. I was speaking more so to Chad, the husband, and he was the one kind of directing me, and he spoke to me and just getting everything organized and all that. He did inform me that the wife wouldn't be there the day of my wedding. She was the one who was more so on the editing side than the video side, which was honestly, I didn't get to speak to her, but can I just say right now, what a queen. Usually I only see the men doing that. He broke everything down, and he also explained to me that he had different packages that he offered, and my, oh my, when you have options, that is the best thing, especially when it comes to the creative world. Options are the best. We chose a package, which I don't remember how much that package was. I apologize, I'm really bad at this, but I wanna say in total, we spent, I wanna say 35 to 4 or 45, somewhere around there. And we ended up getting some add-ons, one of which I'm super excited for, and I haven't even dived into that footage. I got all the raw footage of the day of our wedding. Go check it out. It's amazing to have what they created that day. They created something beautiful, I might add, but it's even better to be able to have all the raw footage of just us randomly speaking and just, just the unedited stuff. It's just really nice to look at that because I not only have all those magical moments into one video, but I have the whole entire day completely unedited. Like, how beautiful is that? I think it's beautiful. I mean, I'm a film student, so hello. So I found Chad, or Miss and Moss, and I did some research on them. I looked up their videos, I went on their Instagrams, I checked their reviews. They had nothing but good things to say about them, and it made me feel really comfortable with my decision in getting them. I will say, and I'm being honest, I was still bummed out at the fact that I couldn't get the one that I really wanted, but all that went out the door the minute I actually physically met Chad, which was the day of my wedding. When he came in, he gave me the same energy that Riley gave me when I met them. They just felt like they were meant to be. Like, they felt like this is right. I felt like I was meant to have that team with me. And honestly, I am beyond thankful that it didn't work out with the other videographer and I got him instead. Just like Riley, my entire family loved them all. I mean, they were just the absolute best people to work with creatively. I think him and my photographer really hit it off. They really kind of captured the elements that we wanted. I wanted it to feel rustic. I wanted to feel like love spewing out of the screen, and I cannot tell you enough. He did an amazing job, honestly. Both him and his partner, amazing job to both of you guys. Miss and Moss was located relatively closer to our location. They were located in Philadelphia. So the drive for them wasn't as much, but again, mileage does add up. So it's something to pay attention about when it comes to booking these people. I could literally go on for like hours about these creators. I don't think there are any words that I can describe to signify just how much my husband and I are happy with the results that we got from both the photographer and videographer. There's something super amazing about being able to capture moments that we'll be able to cherish forever and just look at them and feel like we're reliving the moment all over again. And that's what both Riley and Chad managed to do with their services. And I'm super honored to have had them as my videographer and photographer the day of my wedding. I'm telling you, we couldn't have been more happier. So if you happen to be looking for anybody, I definitely check out Riley as well as Miss and Moss. They are absolutely amazing, amazing people. And this is where I'm gonna end the video. If you guys enjoyed this video at all, give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. And if you do know of these creators that I mentioned, definitely let me know down in the comment section. What do you guys think about them? I'd love to hear your experiences. It's almost time to wrap up this whole wedding series. We got one more to go. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can stay tuned and follow along and see what's coming up next. I mean, if you're getting married soon, might as well hit that subscribe button. Might as well just, follow along. Watch all my videos. Why not, right? All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.